Aries do not want to calm down. You know why? It slows down their life force. So when someone tells you, especially someone that has an Aries moon, if you have Aries on any of the angles in your chart, if you have an Aries stellium, or maybe even Sun in Aries, depending on where that is in your chart, like someone telling you to calm down is gonna be offensive. Or that you're overreacting or something, anything along those lines is gonna offend you because they're basically telling you to, like the essence of you that you need to get rid of. It's almost like when someone tells you self love, which I have a lot of things to say about that. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries rules the head, it governs your instincts, action, and initiation. This is raw primal energy, which is immediate, direct, and purpose driven. Aries is not going to wait to feel safe and comfortable. They're just going to move. And that's why telling someone with Aries placements to calm down is going to be so offensive to them. And that's like telling a race car driver to stay in neutral or to idle when the whole design and purpose of a race car driver is speed and momentum. So when you have Mars in Aries or Aries stellium, it's like running on high octane fuel. You're going to have a sense of urgency to act, to defend, and to protect personal freedom. Reacting fast isn't just a habit. It's how someone with Aries placement survives. And when they are told to calm down, it triggers a defense mechanism. To them, it feels like someone is trying to control or contain them. And Aries resists control instinctively. So it's not necessarily about being angry or volatile because that's usually what Aries is associated with. But Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of action, drive, and willpower. The energy is about vitality, not rage. If you have Aries placements, you want to express yourself quickly because when you hold it in, it feels like you're suffocating. That's even after doing the work. There's still a certain amount of trigger in that. Being told to calm down will always probably hit some type of nerve because what it is that you're protecting your core instincts and your vitality, because what you're doing is protecting your core instincts of freedom and autonomy. You mentioned that you have Mars in Cancer in the third house. Cancer is deeply emotional and protective, and Mars in Cancer often react when they feel emotionally unsafe or misunderstood. When it's in the third house, that energy comes through in words, tone, and expression. It's not just about action, it's that communication becomes the defense mechanism. And combine that with the Aries stellium, that's going to amplify your need to respond quickly to threats that you perceive that will violate your emotion or autonomy. So working on yourself, of course, that's self-awareness, which is what I kind of like try to teach or not teach, but I try to get across with using your horoscope. Is not just, you have certain placements and you just try to live them. It's becoming aware of them and then you could change them. So when you're reacting, then instead of using your moon sign to react or your other placements that might be negative to react, you use your sun. It isn't about calming down per se. With Aries energy, it's about channeling your energy to a focused direction. So Aries don't want to be still, it wants a purpose. And that's why the symbolism is also good. I don't know. I love astrology in a way because it's so symbolic. So you have the arrow, right? You had a circle and the arrow is direction. So you have to channel your Mars energy in a direction. Otherwise, if you don't point it in a direction, then you're gonna, especially if you're not already positive, then you're gonna have issues. But this is where grounding comes in. Fire needs earth. This is not to slow you down, but because Earth is kind of slow, but it's to support your forward momentum in a way that is sustainable. I'm gonna go off tangent and go into some oils that you could use that are grounding. Vetiver is one of the cedarwood, patchouli, and frankincense. Those 4 oils that you could use to ground yourself as an Aries. If you're a fire person, it doesn't have to be Aries, but if you're just in general a fire person, look at your chart, look at your, to see. One of my favorite things to look at a chart is to see what elements I have. And looking at anyone's chart, I like to look at, what's the elements they're made up of, or what's the percentage of the elements. So with a fire person, grounding oils is not about sedating you. It's really about giving you structure. You could use crystals to anchor and to empower you. Hematite, smoky quartz, red jasper, and black tourmaline. Those are good crystals to work with to ground you. So once Aries become grounded, or fire, fire signs in general, once you become grounded, you become unstoppable and not, chaotic. And the more you root yourself in purpose, the more powerful and magnetic you become as a leader. So as an Aries, you are here to lead by example, and that's to take action without apology. So drop a comment and let me know what house you have Aries, what planet you have Aries in, what planet you have Mars in. Any of these combinations, those are going to be indicative of how you respond to your environment or respond with Aries energy. So drop a comment and let me know. Ciao.